Welcome back to our show. My name is Charles. I'm belonging to the New Horizons Toastmasters Club in Tualatin, Oregon. If you're looking for a club, we invite you. And today on the show we have Jenny Cantu. She's here to share her story, her life, her experience as a health and business coach. Jenny, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, nice to have you here. Finally have you here. It's been a long time coming. I've been trying to get you here for months and finally have you here for the show. And now you're leaving. Where are you headed off to?
Well, first, we're really excited. We're going to be heading to Israel at the end of this month for 10 days, my husband and myself. And once we get back, we're going to start taking the necessary action steps to move our family to the Phoenix area in Arizona.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Why Phoenix?
Why not? It's warm, it's sunny, it's going to be great.
Okay, cool. And you are a Toastmaster too?
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, I started about a year ago in Toastmasters after going to a prayer seminar. We were encouraged to create one big audacious goal, and speaking in front of a group of people was scary enough to me that I thought I should put that on my list of goals to do. So after hearing about Toastmasters, got back, and the following week I found a local Toastmasters club in Gresham and joined, and I'm there Wednesday mornings at 6:30 a.m.
Very cool.
Amazing group of people.
Good. So who is Jenny Cantu?
Yes. Like we had spoken before about my husband. We've been married for 12 years, going on 13. And we have 3 beautiful children, Hugo, Viviana, and Solomon. And we have been on a homeschooling journey with them the past couple of years, and we're still diving into that and figuring out what works for us. But on top of that, I also work full-time as a health and business coach from home.
Great. Because I love your show. I watch you and David. Awesome stuff. So this should be easy for you.
Thank
Watch
you.
you on social media. Quite a fan. So let's get into the program that you have. So kind of tell us how you got into being a coach.
Yep.
Kind of touch on that.
Yeah, definitely. What started for me was the desire just to be healthier in myself, in my body, and wanted to feel better in my skin and be healthier for my family. I have 3 kids I'm raising, so I wanted to be healthier for them. And I had done other things in the past, mostly revolving around exercise and running, biking, CrossFit, and I just wasn't really reaching the goals that I thought I was capable of achieving. So when I saw my husband, I'm sorry, not my husband, but my brother and my sister-in-law lose 60 pounds together, I reached out to them and asked them what was it that they did, and I started out skeptically for about a month. I wanted to see what was possible for me, and I lost 15 pounds my first month.
Good.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
That was hard before.
Yes.
So I was really excited about that and decided to continue on this journey, and in 2 months I lost 30 pounds, and that was awesome. I was really excited about it. I had more energy, just wanted to share it with other people. I knew that other people needed this, and that's where it started. In addition to that, though, with me being a full-time stay-at-home mom, because after having our 3rd son, I mean, our household just spiraled out of control. It's kind of different when you have a 3 in the mix, but just needed more finances at home. I was an x-ray tech before and was not bringing that income anymore. And so to have the flexibility of helping people while I'm at home with my kids was awesome. So that's how my journey started.
Great. So I really appreciate that. I like that you're helping people in their finances. You're helping them with their health. Every time I see a transformation before and after, it's really inspiring. So I really appreciate you. So let's go and actually get into the program that you have. So there's 4 components.
Yes.
Kind of touch on that.
Yes, absolutely. So our program actually is an optimal health program. We focus on healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. When one of those is not in sync, it affects our body physically. And so that's where we start. But most people, when they enter, myself included, when they start the program, they're looking to get healthier in their body. And the 4 key components that are game-changing, life-changing, that actually help my clients most succeed include these 4 components. And the first one being having a health coach in your corner. Helps guide you and support you and keep you accountable to your goals. Remember your why if it gets a little confusing or just feel like you're kind of losing focus. But a health coach is super important. The second component is having a like-minded community, and we have amazing resources in our program. We have our doctors and nurse support calls. We have weekly webinars for our clients to plug into, as well as an online community, which is inspiring to me. And we just encourage and support one another on what we're trying to accomplish. The third component is our Habits of Health system. It was created by the co-founder of our program, Dr. Wayne Anderson, and it's basically helping you discover healthier habits for your life so that you're replacing old habits with new habits. And the goal is that you're implementing one healthy habit at a time to create that lifelong transformation. It helps with your mindset, really. And then finally is our structured meal plan. And so when you're eating 6 times a day on our program, and you continue to, and drinking half of your body weight in ounces of water. And so those 4 components, the coach, the community, the Habits of Health system, and the structured meal plan, they are beautiful and work together so well. They create the success that most clients desire for their long-term health journey.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you touched on the why. As you know, I do presentations. I go and do seminars all around the country, and we emphasize, especially for the goal-setting classes and the motivational presentations, we focus on your why. Your why is important because that gives you the fuel to meet your objectives. So I really like what you're saying. Sounds like an awesome program that you have.
It is.
Now you've helped out a lot of folks before. I think you said something like before in our other talks, 600 something people, something like that.
Yes, it's kind of hard to believe that. That's right. Yeah, along with our health coaching partners that have joined us on this mission that have been personally transformed by our program, they have decided to pay it forward to others as well, their family and friends. And it's grown to over 650 people, which is astounding for me. I thought maybe I could help 5 people. That would be awesome. But yeah, I wanted to share about a couple of our friends, Zach and Jenny. And Jenny came to our program, came to us as a referral, and she saw one of her friends losing weight at work and inquired what she was doing, and we got connected. And long story short, she lost 66 pounds in 6 months, which is incredible. And not only that, but her husband joined her as well, and he lost 90 pounds in 4 months. And I don't know what it is about guys, but they seem to lose it faster. But together, I mean, they just have decreased inflammation in their body, and they just feel better about themselves. Their intimacy has, it's different. We'll keep it PG.
Keep it PG.
But yeah, they feel great. Zach is more social than before. He's more open to being out in social settings, which is incredible. So it helps with your mind too, and just giving you that confidence. And they decided to pay it forward as well. They're changing the health of their family and their friends, and they love what they do. They're being compensated well for it. They're able to afford more things where they couldn't before. They were living paycheck to paycheck because he's a stay-at-home dad. And they're going to Florida this summer, so they're seeing more opportunities and growth for themselves and their family, which is really exciting and very fulfilling for me to do.
Good. Good to hear. Did you have another story that you wanted to share?
Yes, thank you. I almost forgot. John. So John is great. We were just so blessed to be working with John. He came to our program and to us also as a referral. Referrals are great, but he started out at about 200 pounds, and he lost 50 pounds with our program. But what was really neat is not only did he lose that weight, but he was able to get off of his blood pressure and cholesterol medication. Awesome. I mean, that's great when you're able to reduce medication and you don't need it anymore, don't need to rely on that to be healthy. So that was cool. But what was neat was that not only did he get healthy, but he inspired my husband and I to climb Mount St. Helens with him in June this past year. And my husband actually overcame his own fear of heights, and so we got to summit together, and it was just a really beautiful experience. It was just wonderful to also enjoy it along with our client as well.
That's good. That should be a good story.
Yeah.
Right? We should have David here too.
Yeah, I know.
He's quite the character, let me say.
I'm so thankful for him.
So good stuff. I feel like there's some more you might want to share, or is there anything? Well, you're writing a book. That's right. You're writing a book. Tell us about that book that you're writing.
My goal with my book is to share how I've worked through fears in the past, some limited beliefs, and to help empower and inspire other people to go beyond their own fears, their own limited thinking, and just really delve into who they're meant to become and be free. And that's my desire. I just want to inspire and encourage people, and also help them know that they're not alone, that what they might be facing, they're not alone in that. So that's my goal with my book, and I can't wait to share it with the world.
I love it. All right, great. So how do we stay in contact with you?
Yes. You can find me on Facebook. I'm active on Facebook. You can reach out to me there. I share videos and a lot about my life on Facebook, again, to hopefully add value to your lives. And if not, you can also reach me on my phone as well.
Great. So you heard how Jenny has changed her life and helping others change their. We thank her for coming to the show. We thank you for watching the show. Have an awesome, awesome day.
Welcome to TV Toastmasters. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight, my name is Michele Joy and I'm your host on this segment, and I'm excited to introduce you to a wonderful woman named Olga Kuzmenko, who is an inspirational speaker and the founder of Extraordinary on Purpose. When I met her, she was such an amazing, heartfelt person. I'm just so excited to have her on this show. So thank you for coming, Olga.
Thank you for having me here, Michele.
So when I met you, the one thing I love about you is you have so much passion. And for you, your passion is something you found by getting past your fears. And that's what I love about you. Live this life of you want other people to get past their fears too. So tell me more about your journey, about why you are so excited about people finding their passion and purpose.
Well, Michele, first of all, you cannot be doing anything in life that makes a difference if you personally did not go through something to get to where you are right now. So me coming from communist country at 16 with low self-esteem, was single mom, and having no knowledge of English at 16, coming to America, I couldn't fit in. I only had my little community of religious people that was around me here in Portland, and my whole life was just my kind of people. I was afraid to be friends, close friends with Americans. It took me a couple of years to actually learn English. And married at 19, you know, still had low self-esteem, still thought I had nothing to give to this world. I couldn't look people in the eyes who were more successful than me, or who did something amazing, who were beautiful people, who were higher in social status. I always felt low about myself. I didn't think I had anything to give to this world. I always compared myself to people, tried to fit in, you know, tried to blend in, you know. And 6 kids later, 4 years ago, when my oldest child was 20 and my youngest was 8, I came to the point when I had to become one-on-one with myself. I had to be real with myself and say that I cannot hide my depression anymore. I cannot hide behind a fake smile. I cannot say I'm okay when I'm not okay. You know, you learn to put this face out there in public, but when you come home, you look at yourself and you know you're dying on the inside. Now, why I was depressed, why I had suicidal thoughts, why I cried so many days of my life, I'm looking now and reading a lot of psychology. I understand there were trauma that I had to go through as a child. There was a divorce in the family, abusive alcoholic father, and later on abusive stepdad. I had totally no self-esteem, Michele. And one day I just cried out and I said, either my life will change or I don't want to live like this anymore. You know, and it was like a cry to the universe, like, that's it. And that was the moment.
And I remember you told me a story a while ago about how your neighbor came by and asked if you're okay. Tell us that story, because that's really powerful.
This is a story I always mentioned when I actually was doing Toastmasters competitions a few years ago. The story of a neighbor, or just real person like you and me, who just, you know, knocked on my door, and he was going to pick up my daughter to babysit for him, as he does usually. And he would say, Olga, how are you? I said, I'm good, and my kids are so great, and they're doing so good in school. And I started bragging about my kids. It was like I'm trying to hide behind my children because I felt like I had nothing to share. And don't you dare to ask me who I really am, because I'm hurting on the inside, and I'm just showing this smile. You know, I had no one really to talk to share my deep pain. And he said, he looked at me one more time, Michele, and he stopped for a second. He looked straight into my eyes, and he said, Olga, how are you? At that moment, I felt like an arrow pierced my heart, because I saw him looking straight into my hurting soul. You know, for him, he might have not done anything. He just, you know, took my daughter and went away. But after he left, I ran upstairs and I started crying, and I said, I am not okay. I don't want to live like this anymore. And from that moment on, from that moment when you were desperate and you're ready to change, your life starts changing. And what I understood, Michele, that people around you will not change, circumstances will not change, your past will not change, but you will have to change the way you think about yourself, about people, about your past, about your future. You have to learn to change your mind and to become this new person that you never knew you could become.
And you also said you're really shy, so going and talking to strangers, especially people who weren't part of your culture, was something you never did. But in that moment, you shifted and you recognized. Tell us more about, you went for a walk and you started talking to people.
So I started looking at motivational videos because like Les Brown, Brendon Burchard, Tony Robbins, I don't know, because you know, when you cry out, something starts changing. You start seeing a book somewhere, you start looking at the video, and it starts resonating with the cry of your heart. So those motivational speakers were encouraging me, you have a purpose. There's something you are here to do on this earth. You're not just a number, you are unique. Find your why, find your gift. You know, Miles Monroe said, every human has a value, the gift that they came to give to this world. And those words gave me life. I had to believe those words. I couldn't find any gift in myself. I saw nothing good in myself. I had no education. English is my second language. I am mother of 6 children. I have a part-time job. I'm an immigrant from a different country. What gift do I have? You know, when I don't have money sometimes to buy elementary things, you know, like what can I give to people? So the next thing I understood that in order to find yourself, you need to overcome your fears. You need to go and face your fears. Right. And I was raised in a culture where you associate with certain people in your religious group. You kind of stay away from people who don't believe the same way you do or don't dress the same way you do, and people who have different religions, you know. And I started forcing myself to go straight to the people where they are. And I was encouraged by all the videos that I was watching to listen to your intuition and don't let your mind talk you out of things. So is it more important for me to stay where I am, or am I gonna go and find that Olga that she doesn't know even exists yet? And until you find that Olga, you will not discover your potential. You know, until you face your fears, until you enter the cave that you're afraid to enter, like Robin Sharma says, you will not know your destiny. So I would walk in the park, and I was like, who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? What do I say? And I would
because you're afraid to talk to them, right?
Yeah, somebody who looks successful or beautiful, somebody who looks really maybe homely or not from my culture, you know, like someone I'd normally not associate with. And if I'd see a sad look on their face, I would come up to them and I would ask what my neighbor asked, how are you? Are you okay? You know, 99% people will start talking to me, and I would ask them more questions. And I would dig down deep to their heart to find something that can unite me with them. And the more I met people from all cultures, all ethnicities, all ages, I understood we're all the same, Michele. If we take off all the layers, all the conditioning, we're all the same. And I was so happy to find that, you know, the seed that unites us. You know, that drop of the ocean that unites us, that we all go through stuff in life. And I was thinking, how can I reach out to those people who are hurt at home, whose father abused them, who trying to commit suicide? I saw young people committing suicide. How can I reach that young person in the back pew of the church and inspire them to believe in themselves? How can I inspire on a bigger scale? And that took me to the next step, which is Toastmasters. And it happened where someone just mentioned to me, if you want to reach out to people, Toastmasters. And at first I thought it was a place where they teach you to make a toast for lunch, right? Because in Russia we like toast, you know, before we have a lunch.
And you said you're really shy, so you're really reaching.
I was scared. I'm still scared, Michele. I still come up to people and I'm still afraid. I do it anyway. You don't see it. I would, you know, I still have fear, but I learned that you do it despite of fear. And once you get going, once you take that first step, you start connecting. And this overcoming fear took me to places I never been before and connected me to so many people. And I'm just enjoying a life of passion.
And you're meeting people left and right who share their passion, and or you help them realize they have a passion and purpose. And I really love how you took your fear and step through it. Because that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. They need to step through their fear to really see what is behind. There's gold behind the fear, right?
Right.
And you were such an inspiring woman. I love what you've done. And truly, you've gone to people. We've been out together. You're like, hold on, Michele, I need to go talk to this person really quick. I'm like, you just talk to anybody. And then later on, you're like, this person's amazing. So you're amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I know a lot of people who are listening are probably wondering how they get in touch with you. How do they get in touch with you to learn more about you?
Well, I have an email, which is olgakuz.4@gmail.com. And I just started a website. It's still in the beginning stages, but it's www.extraordinaryonpurpose.net.
Awesome.
And there's a few videos there.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, I really appreciate you being on the show with me, and thank you so much for your passion. Don't ever stop. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here. And thank you everyone so much for listening in to this wonderful interview I had with Olga. Like I said, she's absolutely extraordinary, and her gifts on caring so much about people and their passion and purpose is very palpable. So I'm really happy to be here. And thank you for tuning in to Toastmasters, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much.
I joined Toastmasters to improve my speaking, listening, communication, and leadership skills.
Toastmasters gave me incredible confidence.
Confidence,
Great listening skills.
poise,
Great leadership skills.
Leadership skills.
the ability to speak in public,
Strength. A captive audience.
quality feedback from the more experienced Toastmasters.
Toastmasters really helped me improve my listening skills.
Sales skills.
Opportunities to go to different groups and widen my whole horizon.
Toastmasters has given me a more focused me, and I'm a much better listener. Toastmasters is fulfilling.
It's a great place to fail your way to success.
Wonderful way to meet people. Networking.
Strength. It's addictive.
It's a club of self-improvement.
It's an experience, it's a ride that you won't forget, and you'll enjoy it every step of the way.
Toastmasters helped me land a kick-butt job. I sang at one of my table topic speeches, and people liked it and applauded.
My business is doing great, and I'm very, very grateful to Toastmasters.
It's been a great experience for me.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for giving me so much confidence.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for everything.
Mm-hmm.